Hey you guys, guess who's back with another video? I'm gonna show you how to make those coasters. So I got these molds from Persistent Coat on Instagram, and I got some paintbrushes and some mica powder, and of course some baby wipes. I got that mica powder from Michaels. It doesn't have a name brand on it, but it came in like a 3-pack. I'm not sure if they sell those anymore because the ones that I have there were on clearance for like $3. So I just got some basic paint brushes. I am planning on painting the insides with the mica powder because I wanted the edges to have like a copper color. I find it easier to do it this way than to wait until the coaster is completely done and then paint it with the oil marker or whatever. Because not only when you paint it with the oil marker, you have to go over it with like a clear coat. And I don't know, maybe that is actually easier than this because this is pretty time consuming. And on top of that, you can see me with the baby wipe, and I'm trying to wipe off the excess. And when I wipe off the excess with the baby wipe, sometimes I get what I just put on or where I needed the mica powder to go. So I accidentally wipe that off. So I have to go back over it. So sometimes you don't get everything, and sometimes you get too much when you do or you use this method. But with the marker, I don't know, I guess I just got tired of doing it that way and wanted to do it a different way. And plus you have more options for more colors for your border. So yeah, so anyways, this is pretty time consuming and the mica powder gets everywhere. I definitely suggest you wear like a mask. You could use one of your Corona masks for this. You don't need like the full respirator that you would need if you were pouring resin, but mica powder gets everywhere. So make sure you guys aren't like me and have other projects on the table, because the mica powder will fly into whatever coasters or whatever you have drying, or will just land on top of it or get in your other molds. So don't be like me, you guys. Make sure you take precautions. So I'd say this took about 20 minutes, maybe 15. All right, so let's move on to the next. No, it's not the next day. This is a couple of hours later. So I got that candy. Those are actually real sprinkles. I got them last year. Clearance. You know how seasonal stuff goes on sale. And I believe that was at Home Goods. So this wasn't like Walmart or any, I think. No, don't quote me. I'm pretty sure I got that from Home Goods. And I used the entire bottle. So I first started to pour, I tried to pour all of it into that one cup, but then I quickly realized, oh no, I'm running out of volume, and I had to pour whatever resin I had into another cup and just do like half and half. So I quickly realized that the sprinkles, you can see right through them. So I'm like, okay, crap, I'm not going to be able to use all the, I've used all the sprinkles or most of them, and there's little gaps. So you can see the little holes. You can see right through it. So I decided to do a black background. You guys will see that later. But so since I had a few sprinkles left, I decided to try to close the little gaps that you see with the extra sprinkles. And I'm not too worried about the sprinkles not falling all the way down because I'm gonna coat the back anyway. So that's not a big deal to me. Don't be afraid to try sprinkles. I love using real sprinkles, real candy. The candy doesn't bleed. You don't have to worry about that. I've never experienced that. What I have experienced is the resin well, the sprinkles not being fully covered by the resin after it cures. So there were like little holes. So after, when I decided to like put the coaster to use, the condensation from my drink mixed with the exposed sprinkles, and that was chaotic because it was like color or dye everywhere, and it was sticky. But I mean, that's something you can't fix with a top coat. So I just kind of like rinsed it off and went on to the next day and covered it with a couple of coats of resin. So it's nothing you can't fix. So let's see. I had to speed it up here. This is actually one of my longest videos, so yeah, you guys just bear with me. I'm pouring a little bit of extra resin on top just to coat whatever is left and make it nice and even. Of course, you hit it with that heat gun. Oh, it's a heat gun, never a torch. All right, so you know I love Just Resin pigments. You don't need that much. You just need like a little bit, especially since I only had like an 8-ounce cup there. I just used a tiny bit and, well, a tiny bit of the Just Resin. And then I used about 8 ounces to fully coat the back. So this, it is kind of domed, but that's okay because you want to make sure it's fully covered and you can't see, you don't want to be able to see through. You don't want to be able to see through. You guys, you know I can't talk, especially when I'm trying to record a video. So anyway, this is the next day. I didn't do a demolding, sorry. But so just take a little shot glass cup or whatever and cut it, pour some paint in. So now you're gonna do your I don't know what this is called. All the cool people know what it's called. I don't know. Just paint in the creases. So I mean, you can tell that it's in the shape of a pumpkin, but I wanted this coaster has depth, so I decided to paint in the middle where the lines are, so that way you can actually see that it's a pumpkin. Now, don't worry about coloring outside the lines because this is acrylic paint on resin, and with a little force and some sort of old t-shirt or a rag, it'll come right off. It'll come off the parts that you don't want the paint to be on. It's gonna stay in the grooves. So if you can look at the mold, you see that those lines are there and it creates grooves, and that's what I am painting in. And like I said, all the cool kids, they use a lot of molds like this. This is one of my first ones. I do have a mandala tray that I started to. Anyway, I'm going on a rant. Yeah, so just paint over it, and I would say give it like 20 minutes to fully dry before you try to wipe it away. You gotta wait till that paint's dry, because if you try to wipe it away and it's not dry, you're gonna wipe off everything you just did. I've done that before too. But we're here to learn, so it's fine. It's okay. You just keep it moving. So let's see. What's next? What else am I doing? Oh, there's the rag that I was telling you about. This is actually some old pajamas. Uh-oh. Just ignore that. These are some old pajamas that I just cut up. And you can see I'm carefully wiping away the paint. It's kind of like a dry erase almost. It's really easy to do. And this process took a couple of days. I'm not gonna lie, it took a while, and I've only done about 3 sets. And I don't know if these are gonna be like a big hit or not, but they are fun to make. But I don't think I'll make a lot, if you know what I mean. So I'm not sure why that took forever. You guys know my editing skills aren't the best. So anyway, I'm just gonna let some music play and I'll be right back. So that was really quick. Alright, so I'm back with some liquid latex. My liquid latex is pretty old. Make sure you give it a good shake. I need some more. I got this from Amazon. I think it was like $12 or $13. I'm out of frame here, but I am coating the edges with the liquid latex because I do plan to dome this coaster, and that means pour resin over the top, basically, because you know I just painted those lines black, so I've got to dome that so that way those lines, I guess, are sealed, whatever. I'll make sure I get the back too, because when I pour the resin over the top, it spills over and underneath, and It'll ruin your coaster. I've done it a million times. This was definitely a lot of trial and error. It took me like a year to figure out that there was something I could use for this. And liquid latex is amazing for this. So anyway, you just do that for all of your coasters. You let the liquid latex dry for, I would say, like an hour and a half. You probably don't even need that long, but that's how long I do it for. And once you dome it, once you pour the resin over the top, you let it dry for 24 hours. And once that's done, you can come back and peel it off. It's so easy. So easy. So glad I found out about this. Anyway, that is it for these coasters. They were really fun to make, and stay tuned for the pictures. Thanks for watching.